Hello, how is everybody doing today? This is Paul here, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of different topics today. And the main thing I'm going to be talking about is self-love, because that will in turn help you so much in your life, whether you're in the depths, whether you're going through a hard time. And I think we all really need this right now. We all need more self-love, especially during this pandemic. And I think it's very, very important to be rooted in that energy, because sometimes this life sucks and nothing is going to carry us through, and we got to look at it a different way. We got to come at it from a different perspective. We got to learn something new about ourselves and say, okay, I love who I am, I love that about me. And I think that's an amazing thing to be able to do, because not many people are able to do that on this planet, and that's just the truth. Most people don't love themselves. And I think we're all on a journey where we are just loving ourselves, or trying to love ourselves more, especially in the Lightworker community. Even if you're at a stage in your path where you just hate yourself and you don't like yourself at all, I think there's something to be learned in that. And I think that you will eventually turn around the curve and say, maybe I do love myself deep down. Deep down, I really do. And that's sort of what I was like as a kid. I was like, I hate myself and blah, 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 and I don't want to be here and this, that, and the other. And then over time, it was really bad. It was. And I would self-sabotage myself in all kinds of different ways. And then over time, I was like, okay, well, deep down, I always loved myself. I always loved myself as a kid. I always loved those nuances that made me who I am, that made me who I am as a unique person in this world. So I think that's just a wonderful thing. And it's just, honestly, loving yourself will help you so much in your life, because the law of attraction, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the law of attraction, but it's one of those, laws that it's pretty important. If you're in the spiritual community, it's important to at least know something about it. And of course, there's a lot of weird stuff about the law of attraction that I don't agree with, but there's a lot of things I do agree with that I like about it. I'm just saying, some people don't spread the best information about it, and it's not, I guess, necessarily what I resonate with, but this I do resonate with within the law of attraction. It's just having the universe working for you instead of against you. You're kind of throwing yourself under the bus. If you say, I hate myself, I don't have enough confidence, I don't like this, I don't like any of this stuff, I don't blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, that's going to manifest into your reality over time. It might manifest slowly. You might be coming out of the mud. You're like, oh, I can't get out of this quicksand. It's kind of hard. It's hard. It's really, really hard. And over time, you're like, well, maybe there's a different way to do things. Maybe there's a different way to look at things. And maybe I can go with the flow more. And that's the first stage, is like when you're coming out of that energy, you're kind of like, the only thing that really helped me, like if I'm really down in the depths, like really just having a bad time, I'm like, don't be a wuss. Get yourself out of this. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Stop being a victim. And that's the first kind of energy that I had. It might sound a little harsh or like at first, but sometimes that's the only thing that will get me out of it. Having that self-talk and then say, okay, I want to start loving myself more. I want to start being more confident. I want to start working on myself and having more self-care. But yeah, having that law of attraction and having the universe work for you is so much easier. Your life is just going to be turned around completely. And sometimes those things in our lives that are really crappy happen to us so that we will see a different perspective, or that we will turn into a different direction. So I think that's really amazing, learning this duality on Earth and being able to navigate through this spiritually as a spiritual being. It's pretty crazy, pretty funny. But yeah, knowing that once I started to love myself more, love who I was, and once I met someone that helped show me that, it's important to have people in your life that really do love themselves sometimes, because they can help teach you that vibration can kind of rub off on you. And that's why environment is really, really important. And I've always thought, like, when you're growing up, parenting, they can only do so much. Environment, the people you're around, that's a huge part of it. Holding that space for your kids and being a parent you can only do so much. It's a great thing. It's an amazing thing. But you can't really shape everything who they are as a person. It's usually the time they grow up in or the environment they grow up in is what truly shapes their personalities and their minds and things like that. And of course, we come into these lifetimes, sometimes we're a little bit clueless because we are more of an ET origin. But getting back to self-love, I think that's so important, and it's helped me so much. And now I look at life, if you look at life from the perspective of self-love, and then look at life of self-deprecation, self-hatred, self-sabotaging, it's like a completely different duality, completely different vibrational frequency. It's like one is moving in the other direction, one's moving in this direction. It's like, oh gosh. And I feel like if you go on the journey of self-love, you're just going to keep going up and up and up and up, because the universe is supporting you. It's supporting you so much. And even if you are in that mood of, I hate myself or this or that, the universe still supports you. It just knows that once you keep going down this path, eventually you're going to crack, and then it's going to move you into a better direction. So we always learn from being down in the depths, but I notice you don't want to stay there forever. It's up to us to how long we stay there, So that's great. being a still observer of your mind and saying, wow, I know that light within me. I am amazing. It really can pull you when you go down into these hard times. It's still hard, but you do still love yourself. It's really hard, but on the other side of things, you get out of it quicker when you're in self-love. If something bad happens to you when you're like when you just don't like yourself at all, it's a lot harder to get out of the mud. It's way harder. You're way more stagnant energy. The energy is way more just vibrating right here. When you're vibrating in self-love, you might dip down a little bit, go back up, dip down for a while, go back up. See when you work with the universe and work with your angelic team, it can be wonderful. It can be amazing. Life can be amazing. And so my favorite recommendations to say to people is talk to your team, ask your team to say, oh, I want to love myself. I am this energy of love, and I want to love myself, and I want to love who I am. And once you do that, of course, going back to the law of attraction, you start to attract people around you. You stop attracting, if you're an empath, you stop attracting the narcissists and the negative people. You start attracting relationships that are really, really good for you, that are really amazing and nourishing for the soul. And you learn from all these relationships, and I think it just keeps going up and up. So that is one amazing thing about self-love that I wanted to share. And it really does mean a lot to me because at one point, no one had ever shown that to me, and it's nice to have people around you that can show that to you. All right. And I'm talking about something different, okay? So if you're talking about the people that are kind of just sheepish, and they're just going through life and kind of stagnant and just happy where they are. And, oh, I like myself. I like where I am. It's a different kind of self-love, I feel, when you're in the spiritual community and when you are loving yourself to the fullest potential, loving your soul, knowing that you're so much more than you're this human experience, and that energy is coming forth into your life and expressing itself, that self-love energy, that it's vibrating, and it vibrates into your entire reality, and it attracts so many good things in your life, whether it's abundance of amazing relationships, and so forth. So I always like going onwards and upwards. Who doesn't? Yeah. And one last thing I was going to say about that, it's great to go in the path of self-love, and that's amazing. But also, it's important to know that you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations sometimes in order to grow. And that really helps me love myself even more, is putting myself in these situations where I know as I'm not very comfortable. It's not very uncomfortable, but I know I should do it because it will make me grow as a person. And once I grow as a person, I can even love myself more and be more confident in who I am and confident in that I love myself and can express myself in any way possible. So that's just to wrap it up about self-love and having the universe work in your favor and the flow of who you are and in the right direction. What is the right direction really, but it does feel good, I'll tell you that. And Archangel Michael said he wanted to say a few words about this before I came live here. So let's tap in to see what he has to say. If you would like to call in his energy right now, you might feel him through the video, but you just call him in and see where you feel him in the room, how you feel his energy. I love communicating with Archangel Michael. It's really pleasant energy to connect with. Telling him to step forward closer. I do feel Jesus here too. I do feel Archangel Michael is kind of pointing to Jesus, and yeah, that's pretty funny. Wow. He says he sees the light in me, he sees the light in who I am, and he sees that wholeness. And he said this to me before, but seeing yourself in this way, this light is amazing. It is an amazing thing to be able to do. And now he's pointing at you guys and saying, wow, I see the light in all of you as well. He says, only if you could see what we see, then you would be amazed about your soul and who you are and the light within you. He's also almost likening it to like when we see other people sometimes in this reality, we're like, wow, they have so much potential, they have so much light within them. Like, why can't they see that in themselves, see that they are amazing in their own right? And that's kind of how they see it. But they see our whole expansiveness, our whole higher self, our whole soul. So it's really awesome to know that. He's talking about giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. Be like, yo, I got this. I'm on Earth. He's talking about don't be afraid of being a little bit cocky or having a little ego behind it, or saying like, yo, I really am, I can rock this Earth experience. I can, and I'm going to. Like fake it till you make it, almost. Like having that energy behind it, that extra little punch behind it, the edginess. He's talking about, like, I was really down the other day, really just down, not feeling very good. And he's saying, he just came in real strong. And he's like, you have a lot to offer to this world. You have a lot to offer. You still have a big path ahead of you. You have to finish this. You need to finish this. Don't give up. Don't give up now. And that's important, to always have that faith. And I always never liked the word faith at times, but I think I like that word better now. Just having faith in the universe, having faith in source and your angelic team and your life and yourself and who you are. At least have faith in yourself. Why not? He's talking about call him in. If you're feeling bad at times, he's really good at pulling people slowly out of the depths. So sometimes people can't go from here to here, but they can go kind of in a curve upwards, you know. It's easier. It can't, if I'm like not feeling good all the time, I can't be like, oh, I'm happy or something, you know. So it's good to just have him there to be that mediator, to be help bring you over the edge. Okay, and one other thing he said to me as well the other day was he wants to bring it up here again. And don't forget who you are. Don't forget this light within you. Don't forget what it was like on the other side. We can remember a lot of this, a remembrance of our soul, a remembrance of who we are. Don't forget who you are. Even when you go down into the depths and you feel like crap, and that's okay sometimes, but don't forget that you are a being of light and love. So he's talking about us giving to others and helping other people out in our lives, having that compassion. That's how self-love works, is we love ourselves, we bring ourselves up so much, we are able to help the other people around us. And he's saying that's the only reason he was able to help others in his lifetime, is because he loved himself very deeply. So he's talking about how people saw him in that lifetime, not necessarily like coming in contact with him all that much, but they would see him as a figure, see him as a person. And even nowadays, after his death, in that, or just his soul, people see him and see that light and that self-love, that example. He led by example. And that's where self-love comes into play and how you can help so many people. So maybe you might have to be a bit selfish in the short term and say, oh, I love myself. I gotta focus on myself right now. I can't focus on the other people just yet. And then once you get that, then you can help so many more people because you are that light. You are the light. He's talking about once you are the light, once you are that beacon of light, you can be that conduit of energy from the other side. Be that conduit of bringing the angel's energy, bringing your amazing energy forth into this reality, and that can be an amazing experience. He says, don't think for 1 second that you're not like this, that you don't have this light. Don't think, I'm not buying it, is what he said. That you have these abilities, this light within you. You can do everything. You can channel, do healing, do painting, anything you want. And I feel the last thing that's being communicated is just stepping off and doing it anyways. Okay, we see what we want to do. Let's go out and do it as light workers. Let's go out and step forward. We need more light workers to step forward to show their light. They can only help us so much. Help on the other side. They can help a lot. But it has to be us. It has to come from inside. It's like, same thing with politics. I can't believe I'm making this comparison, but the changes always come from the people. Changes always come from who we are inside. Politics can only do so much in a broken system. It's not going to change very much. It just kind of moves at a snail pace. But who can we change ourselves right now? He's just kind of bowing himself to all of us, and he's like saying, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. We greatly appreciate this on the other side. We cherish all of you deeply. Know this, hold this right here. Go forth with this energy and make this planet a better place. No one can stop you, nothing can stop you. Only yourself. And then he's just bowing and saying, he's just saying his goodbyes, just smiling, and he's saying, like, follow my lead if you wish, or follow the angel's lead. We will lead you on the path of light. Gift yourself this, give this to yourself. And then he's saying goodbye. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, thank you, all of you, for watching. This was really cool for me to be able to relay this. If you would like to book a reading, or and if you would like to join the next mediumship course coming up, I will leave the information of all that in the description. But thank all of you for watching. This has been really fun communicating with Jesus, and hit that like button, subscribe, and all the rest of it. Hit that notification bell on the bottom right. I'll notify you every time I have a video. But bye everyone, have a great day.